We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in Minnesota. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson.
Chris Carson, the ball carrier.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This one complete to Jordan Reed. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
10 at the 38-yard line.
On the delay, here's Carson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Hand off to Chris Carson.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, it's Carson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he finds the tight end, Reed.
Wilson.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Reed. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Another Seahawks.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down, Carolina.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
9 yards that time. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Makes the score Panthers 3, Seahawks nothing.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe him.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, man open left side is Brown. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
12 brings up third down and 9.
On third down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Panthers 3, Seahawks nothing.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Green on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 30.
From the 39, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On first down, it's Carson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And this is going to be incomplete. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
Third down and 12 yards to go.
From the gun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield.
Wilson.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be fourth down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will tie us at 3-3. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable second and 13. Back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Here's Carson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
From the gun, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 5-yard line.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
His path became similar.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he knocks it through. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
1st down.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Jones.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
The 12-yard line.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Flush to his right.
Number 3, Russell.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
It's 2nd.
He lets it fly for Lockett, and that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
4-yard attempt.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Michael.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Brings up second and 7.
On play action, they'll throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The quarterback.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Brought him down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, but I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. They'll run on first down. Carson, he'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
It's now second and 6.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
Wilson.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Brings up third down and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Brings up second and 2 at the 28-yard line.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
On the carry.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And a Panther first down.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up.
They'll go again to Jones.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. And on that one, the production just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
The 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it with Carson. Carson, the 1st down and more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Carson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
operating from the gun, Wilson. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Eli Apple on the cover.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 13, Panthers 10.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On first down, it's Jones. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier. He was brought down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
And the Panther,
they'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore.
to DJ.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Panthers.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, he's a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Joey Sly on
defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Seahawks. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. On second down, Wilson. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. And the Seahawks on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 14. Flushed out right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Carolina getting set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm, though.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. And they will take a 7-point lead now. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll drop this underneath for Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 29-yard line.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Bobby Anderson. A gain of 12. First down, Carolina.
Back to throw now on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
On the pickup, brings up second and 2. At the 27-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Good for a Seattle Seahawks.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, it's Carson. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
7-yard line.
On first down, Carson. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up second and 7. On the delay, here's Carson. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On third down, it's Carson. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They run for it with Carson. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Well, they knew who to turn to on fourth down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
12 yards there and a first down. He'll look to throw. Open man is Robbie Anderson.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards to gain there, second down. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
13.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just